Hello.
Hey there.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Hello. We got the AFC today. We're gonna talk about the AFC. If you missed the NFC, check out our pod from the 21st. Catch up there.
Yeah.
But really, most of the popular storylines are kind of happening in the AFC. Wouldn't you agree?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I hadn't thought too hard about it, but the big
Well, why don't
one,
we
I
put it all out
guess.
in the open and
Yeah, let's
see
just do that.
what you think?
But I
So the
think you're right.
biggest
Yeah.
biggest storylines for the AFC this summer. First one that comes to mind probably be Rodgers, right? For the better part of the summer
Definitely.
or end of the spring, he was unsigned, and there was rumors about him going to the Steelers, and then who else was he going to go to potentially?
I remember there was a little bit of smoke about the Giants, but then he came out and was like, "Oh, I'll never play for them," or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there was some smoke with the Vikings. Who's to say how real that was, depending on what reporter you listen to?
Yeah.
And I think that was
Well,
mostly it.
he's with the Steelers now.
Yeah.
He signed it was just I think it was a 1-year deal, and I believe it's already out there that this is his last year, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah, and then he also released a documentary this summer, Enigma, on Netflix. It's just
Did
his
he really?
experience doing. Oh, you
That's
didn't know that?
crazy.
Yeah,
No, I didn't
it's
know
just
that.
yeah, dude. It's just his his experiences doing ayahuasca.
Okay, you're fucking
I
with me, right?
No, I swear to God, I'm not. It's
He's on Netflix on a documentary about his experiences with, how do you say it? Ayahuasca? No, seriously though,
ayahuasca.
for real, that's on there.
Ayahuasca. Dude, check it out.
Oh man, that is
I
crazy.
refuse to watch it. Honestly, it's just I only care about football, and for what it's worth, the other storylines that I think are fun, you get a good picture of it on quarterback. So I finished the series, and man, Burrow's season is just compelling, and the biggest storylines there are Shamar Stewart. We kind of touched on it last week. Their first round pick, uh, leading up to training camp, he those other 4 draft picks, the 4 out of the 5 signed. So he ended up being the last one that hasn't signed. And then he signed a fully guaranteed deal
Right.
for $19 million, with the only difference in the language that he got between the beginning of the negotiations or standoff and now is that he gets more guaranteed money now, as opposed to before the negotiations started. So the language still exists. Like
Right.
yeah. So he could still get all of his guarantees voided, which is what he was upset about at the beginning.
But he
But
got whatever that portion was as an additional guarantee, just by the mere fact of it's a signing bonus now. And I think it
yeah,
was only like a few $100K. So small
right.
trade there.
But
I don't really have much more to say beyond that.
there's still more drama, right? Because the defending sack leader in the NFL still goes unsigned. He's 30
Right.
years old. So that's interesting to me. What else is happening?
Terry
Uh,
McLaurin. Did we bring that up last week?
oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
funny.
NFC.
He went through
That's
my head
NFC.
just now. Yeah, but we didn't bring it up last week.
I don't think we did. Yeah.
Terry McLaurin is still not signed, and he has been one of the most consistent wide receivers in the NFL, especially for the rookie Jaden Daniels. So
Yeah, he was awesome last year.
yeah, he's in the building, by the way. He
Mm-hmm.
showed up with a quote unquote ankle injury, but everybody knows that when somebody is in a contract holdout like this, it's just so he doesn't get fined. Like, you know how Marshawn Lynch or was it Marshawn? Who's the one that said I'm here so I don't get fined?
That was Marshawn, but I think that was a completely different context.
Different
But you
different different context.
same, yeah, same idea. I think it was
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk last
Okay.
year
Yeah.
who was like holding out, but he was at practice.
Right.
But on that note, actually, so not McLaurin, but Cortland Sutton, who was not holding out or anything
Oh,
of
he
the
extended.
Broncos, he got extended today.
Yeah.
Some pretty nice money for what I think is a little bit of an overrated player. Like he is good, don't get me wrong, but
Interesting.
he's pushing 30. I wouldn't pay him 4 years, like averaged over 20 million a year. If you're
Is
going to
that
do
what
that
it was?
personally, it's a lot in my opinion for a guy
Is
who's
he really
pushing
30?
30. I don't know if he's 30 yet. Let's see. I think he's 29, but I don't really care that much. Um,
That is a lot for a 29-year-old,
yeah, and
conservatively.
like he's good. I don't want to like shit on him, but he's not a top 10 receiver in my opinion. So, but I bring that up because like he's comparable in age and roughly player quality to McLaurin. I think McLaurin's better, but I think it's probably bad news today if you're Terry McLaurin because he's asking for like 33, 34 million.
Right.
I don't think that's going to happen, especially not with Sutton signing today. So interesting development.
I like Sutton. I know you're not really
He's good.
in his camp. He's been a good player, especially for the rookie Knicks. Uh, he's been surprisingly a dependable high A dot receiver uh, over the past few
That's
years.
fair.
So
Yeah,
it's funny, Sutton is getting the money that I feel like they're saying thank you with this contract because you're right, 29 getting a 4-year extension or a 3-year extension for a 4-year contract is a lot of money. There's no way he's gonna stay that full term, but I bet the Broncos are like, hey, this is for being dependable for us, so here's money. This is
that's
exactly what
fair.
this is what the Redskins need to do. This is
Yeah,
Terry McLaurin hasn't gotten that contract, but he deserves it. So if anything, they should give him like a guaranteed 15 annual million and then extend him, but make it like a player option so that it's at least like a, yeah, we're still not sure because you're old, but here's money because we thank you for your time here and everything you've done for us.
that's a good argument. Yeah, and it does help you in the sense that like players like that, like future players and
Yeah.
free agency and such.
Um. A in the AFC, have you been following this Christian Wilkins stuff, the defensive tackle?
Not really. I've seen a couple headlines, but I don't really understand what the deal was. So why don't you educate me?
I don't know either. I don't.
Okay.
I'm not sure whether it's like worth our time because
Yeah. I mean, he's a good
all I know is
player.
that there was drama and now he was released, so he's not on the the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, it was not football related, clearly, right?
Yeah. Anyways, I don't think that's worth our time. But what else? Oh, Darren Waller, who I thought was interesting because he retired, right? Came out of retirement, signed with the Dolphins. I thought it was interesting because there are very few uh, big names in the High Rocks space, and he was one of the first ones to
Oh,
pull
is
up.
he?
Yeah, he did the New York one, and he's a he's a man amongst boys out there, considering he's an NFL tight end and
I would
Darren
hope
Waller.
so. Yeah, did he win?
I don't know. But I saw it on Instagram and I'm like, oh, that's cool. He's clearly still in shape. And then lo and behold, he comes back and he signs with the Dolphins 1-year deal. But the drama is he ended up on the PUP list, so he is not going to be
Yep.
starting the season on the active 53-man roster for the Dolphins, which is kind of sad. But I don't know what's going on with him.
He had made some comments a while back. It may have been even this offseason, but it was definitely within the last like year where he was asked like, why did you retire or why did you leave the Giants so abruptly or something?
Yeah.
And he was like, I just like I don't remember the exact quote. I'm not gonna Google it, but he basically said like he was bored, like he didn't really want to be playing, he wasn't really having fun, which is understandable. Like I completely respect that, But I was so surprised when I saw that he then joined the Dolphins. Like, what?
Yeah.
Maybe he's broke. I don't know.
He wouldn't be the only one to go broke. That was a
True.
former NFL player.
He also dropped a rap video. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Oh,
He has a rap career.
okay.
Interesting guy.
Uh, DK Metcalf moved on from the Seahawks. He signed for the Steelers, and the
He was
Steelers.
traded.
He was traded. Thank you. What was he traded for?
I think it was like a second rounder. It was pretty expensive. That's like premium draft capital. Um, and then maybe like a late rounder. I don't know, but it was either a second or a third as like the main package. And then the
Okay.
Steelers extended him as part
Okay.
of like the transaction.
Nice. I believe the Steelers also traded Minka Fitzpatrick, and
Mm-hmm.
then right.
Yeah,
Uh,
for Jalen Ramsey? No. Who did they? That one I'm gonna look up because that one was kind of a notable trade.
yeah, I'm curious too.
Yeah. Okay. They traded Minka, who is a three-time All-Pro safety, and they got back from the Dolphins three-time All-Pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey.
Oh yeah, that's right. And Jalen Ramsey and Metcalf started going at each other in
Right.
practice because they hated each other from the Rams because they both
Let's
used to be
go.
part of the NFC West, right?
Yeah,
So
that's right.
there were some heated battles with the Seahawks and the Rams.
Damn, that's fun.
Good stuff. There's a lot of drama going on in Pittsburgh because
Steelers are going to be so entertaining.
yeah, yeah. I'm curious to see. I think you touched on it. Tomlin getting fired potentially. That'd be fun.
Hmm. It's
Uh,
like a sneaky thing to keep an eye on, right? Okay, continue.
Another Steelers related piece of news this summer is Justin Fields was let go
Yeah.
and he signed with the Jets. And
Yes.
last week he actually left camp on a cart for a toe injury. He dislocated his toe, came back the following day to practice. So he ended up being fine.
Yeah. Steelers opened the season in New York at the Jets.
No way.
Yeah. So they
That's
we'll have a
crazy.
fun week one. Oh yeah.
That'd be a fun one to gamble on.
True.
Dang, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that'll be part of my screen for sure.
Speaking of the Jets, I think Sauce Gardner got one of the highest guaranteed contracts for a cornerback ever.
You're right. I'm cool with it. I like Sauce still, even though he had a down year last year.
We had a podcast where we talked about Sauce
We
having
did.
a bad couple weeks where he just didn't
Hmm.
want to tackle. Does that sound right?
That's completely right. I remember it. And we weren't wrong. I mean, it was a rough year for him. Like for his standards, I would say he was still above average as an NFL cornerback for sure. But yeah, he needs to like beef up clearly.
Yeah. Let's see what else. The Chargers uh, ended up letting go of a couple of their receivers, but then they signed somebody good, didn't they? Shoot,
They signed Mike Williams, who's kind of old. He was with them for a
last year.
while.
Oh no,
No,
he was
two
with the
years ago.
Steelers.
He was yes, but he started with the Jets last year,
He went
and then he
back to
got
the.
traded to the Steelers.
That's funny.
Now he went back to the Chargers and then retired. Like right when training camp started, he retired. So
Damn.
he must have just been feeling something bad. I don't know.
Dang. Do you think Justin Herbert has won a playoff game?
I feel like I know the answer. I'm not completely sure, but I'm pretty confident the answer is no. Right?
Yes, the answer is no.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was random. Oh, uh, another piece of news. The only remaining there's still technically one unsigned draft pick, and it's
I
it's
know who it
Quinshon
is.
Judkins from the
Mm-hmm.
Browns.
And it's bad stuff. Not even really worth talking about. Just
Yeah.
he's a dickhead, and that's why.
Let's see. Let's see. Anything else that's big? I feel like I'm missing something. Let me think about all the divisions.
We could
Anything
talk about
happen with the?
Shador Sanders if we really wanted to.
Nah,
I don't
he's
think it's
fourth
worth
on
it
the depth
either.
chart to Dylan
Yeah.
Gabriel, Joe Flacco, and
hmm Kenny
who
Pickett,
else?
who just got hurt
Oh,
today.
Kenny
Kenny
Pickett.
Pickett. So now he's third.
Uh, Ravens sign anybody? No, I don't think so.
DeAndre Hopkins, but that's not really that
Oh
notable
yeah.
anymore.
Uh, Bills are going to be the ones on Hard Knocks, so that'll be fun.
Yes, I hope we get some Haley Steinfeld.
Did James, what's his name, Cook, the running back, did he ever sign a contract?
No, mine unless something changed that I missed. I don't think I did. He's practicing at training camp, but he does not have an extension, and it's a
Huh.
little bit of an awkward situation. And I think Hard Knocks may actually shed a little bit of light on that
Oh yeah.
because there was talk about him potentially holding out, but he's not doing that.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, we'll see. I think he's a really good running back.
Yeah, he was really high on both of our top
hmm
running backs lists, right?
Right. Yeah, he's good.
Interesting. All right. Number one pick, Cam Ward went to the Titans. That's it. They lost one of their receivers, Traylon Burks, injured.
They just cut him
Um,
today. Dead ass.
oh, is that right? Fuck,
hmm
that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't like it when it's because of injury.
Yeah, it was.
Miami, any news? No. Besides, what's his face?
McDaniel should be on hot seat watch, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's the big stuff, right?
I think so. I feel like we covered the main stuff. Right?
Um, another thing that came up that, by the way, that I wanted to talk about. Did you ever invest in NFL Red Zone?
No. No, I have Sunday ticket and that's where I'm good with that.
Okay, I'm a Red Zoner, and there's news that ESPN is about to buy NFL Red Zone
From NFL Network, is that right?
from NFL Network,
Oh. How do you feel
which
about that?
means, well,
If it
they had
happened.
a test in the last 2 weeks of the season last year where they aired a 1 minute section where there were commercials, and I think it was a teaser for ESPN to see how much money they can make when they show ads during NFL Red Zone. So I think that's what I'd be most worried about. I mean, I am. That would
Yeah.
suck. I love NFL Red Zone. It's the best product you can consume when, I don't know. I just think it's the best. I love it.
My buddy has it from high school, but I think I've only seen it once. So there's no commercials traditionally? Is that right?
Traditionally, yeah.
Got
It
it.
always starts off the same way. It starts off with saying 6 hours of commercial-free football starting
Uh
now.
oh, that is appealing. And of course ESPN would fuck that up. Gotcha. Okay. Well, you can always unsubscribe
I
if you
don't
don't like
want to. I love Scott Hansen so much.
it.
He's like the NFL darling right now, dude. People love that dude. I know I do.
Is he like the anchor
Yeah,
or the
he's the
host?
guy. He's the anchor. He always has some funny
It's a
things to
good name.
say. Just little monikers here and there. Oh, I just thought of one more thing. Happy Gilmore was released Friday. Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh yeah, my boss won't let me hear the end of it.
He tell you about Travis Kelsey having a big role in it?
He didn't. Travis Kelsey's in
Big role, sorry. More like a quarter role.
it.
He's
That's
like a
cool.
waiter in it. He's very
Nice.
much a football player-esque type of character. But yes,
And it's
he's in
got
it.
Adam Sandler and what's his face? I don't remember his name.
Bad Bunny is one of the biggest characters in the show.
Oh, Bad
It's
Bunny's in it.
crazy. Yeah,
Oh,
it
maybe I do gotta
surprised me
watch
when I
that.
saw it. I was like, "What the fuck is that? Bad Bunny?" And he ends up being in most of the movie, and is like a
What?
big character in it. It's funny.
Okay.
I liked it. I mean, it's purely a money grab, but
Yeah, it's
it's
fan
nostalgic
service.
because I liked the first one.
I haven't enjoyed most of Adam Sandler's late career stuff, but maybe I'll watch this one.
What else, dude? Let's just jump in, right?
Yeah, maybe we
Well,
should just get it going.
all right. We'll take a short break, and then we'll jump into over unders of the lines win totals of the AFC.
So
Okay, I figure we start with the AFC North since that probably has the most interesting plot lines. You have the one of the favorites to win the Super Bowl, the Ravens. You have probably the best NFL quarterback right now, Joe Burrow, and the best receiving cast, whom they signed T. Higgins as well
that
to a
we should
massive
have brought that.
contract,
Yeah, right.
along with Jamar Chase. Didn't Jamar Chase also get like the biggest non-quarterback contract ever?
Yeah, they
Something crazy.
both got extended, is my understanding, earlier in the spring. But the bigger piece of news that I remember was Higgins, because Chase was always going to get the bag,
Mm-hmm.
of course.
Right.
I think going back to last year, because I was following the Bengals pretty closely last year, and I probably will again. I think going into last season, a lot of people were assuming that Higgins would be on a different team now at this point in time, both
Yeah.
because of like, he's a great player, so he's going to be expensive, and they already are going to pay Chase, and there's been a bunch of injury bad luck with him. But anyway, Burrow made it like a whole point throughout last season, basically calling out his franchise and being like, "Hey, we need these dudes," and it's Joe Burrow. You kind of got to keep him
Yeah.
happy. So they extended both, yeah. And there's been a lot of discussion about whether that was smart.
And if they had enough money for the defense, yeah, because the
Yeah,
defense,
right.
I think there was a watching quarterback reminded me of this, the TV series Quarterback. Their their offense has been like one of the best, if not the best, offense in the league, scoring 33 points a game, but they had lost 5 of 7 games or something.
It's really crazy because their offensive line is like not that good, especially on the interior. And yet, like you said, the last few years they've been one of the best offenses, at times looking like the best offense. So I don't know. It's kind of crazy. And also, they have a good running back now. Chase Brown broke out last year. If you played fantasy, you know who he is for sure. Uh, so crazy on the skill positions, and then mediocre beef. But it works for them, I guess. If only they had a defense.
True. The Browns, they still don't have Deshaun Watson. Flacco's going to start, and then they have Shador and Dylan Gabriel at quarterback.
And Kenny
So,
Pickett.
and Kenny Pickett, who's hurt now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take a peek at their schedule. Let's start with the Steelers' schedule. So I think, like you mentioned, they play the Jets week 1 in New York, but overall, the AFC North plays the NFC North. Dang,
That's right. Yeah, I remember that
they
from
play the
last week.
they play the NFC North, and they also play the AFC East. So the Bills, Patriots, Dolphins.
Oh, well, that's nice. Outside
They
the
got a pretty
Bills.
hard schedule. This is like a above average hard schedule, I would say.
Yeah, tough division already, and then you get the NFC North. That blows.
Did you
That's
hear
so
about how
spicy.
like Rogers apparently is throwing all over the place in training camp, but people have defended how he does that in every training camp. So people are just looking for any
Oh,
reason to see. Oh, there's your cat. People are just trying to see find a reason to criticize Rodgers. I feel like, but I think he's a wild card. I really don't know what to expect because I was one of the biggest supporters of Rodgers last year. If you remember, I still feel that way. I feel like he has the potential to still be very effective, but I can also see it going the other way, and it's so hard to predict that line. The only thing that you can count on that's happened every single year of Mike Tomlin's career is go above 500. So I like. I'll start. Make sure say what I thought it was going to be. Okay, I like the Steelers at 7.5 wins over. So I think this is the year that they finally consider
Okay.
firing Tomlin, and they don't do that well. I don't, even though I've been the biggest like supporter of Rodgers. I think this isn't the experiment to work out for the Steelers. So well, anyway, 7.5 and over.
So we have different lines. I'll start with that so you don't freak out. But I think we land at the same place when it comes to evaluating the team. Because yeah, I mean, I basically agree with everything you said, right? Also, I remember last year when I don't know what game it was, but I think it was a Thursday night game the Jets played, and he like went off, and it was relatively early in the season, and we were both like raving about him, like, oh my
Yep.
god, this 40-year-old man just looking like
Yep.
prime A Rod for the NFL. But no, like most of the year last year, he looked pretty bad, frankly. Like he can still throw, and actually, it is fair to say, I think that like he has a plus arm, NFL caliber plus arm, can extend the field, can basically put it where the receiver can only get it, etc., etc. But he can't really move like almost at all. Makes
And
sense, you know.
it doesn't help that not only can he not move, but he's staring down receivers like he did in Green
Yeah,
Bay. He brings in Devontae Adams, he brings in Lazard, and does the same
mm-hmm.
thing, but defenses are keying off of that and making it disadvantage because it's become predictable.
He really has. And that's the other thing is like the game has quite literally passed him by. Like he wants
Yeah.
to play an old school like shooters game where he's kind of at the line and dictating moments before the play happens what he's going to do. But then once he decides, like he's locked in, and he's also constantly, or at least last year, he was audibling like way too much. And like, yeah, if you had the book on him, which everyone does, obviously, then relatively easy to stop. So, and there's been a lot of chatter about like, is he actually going to be a good fit for this offense? Because they
Yeah.
historically want to run the ball a ton. He doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to go under center. Blah blah blah. So I don't know. At the same time, like I could see them winning 10 games for all the like the armchair quarterbacks reasons. Like Mike Tomlin never loses. Blah blah blah. It's Aaron Rodgers. It's DK Metcalf. Yeah, they're not without talent. Their defense is still really good. But I think I agree. I'm kind of fading them. I have the line at 8.5, but I have them under.
So we got, yeah, I see what you mean. Okay.
So let's see what Vegas says. Oh, oh, I got it perfect.
God, here we go again.
Starting good.
Ah,
I
8.5.
I reacted initially with that because they show like the actual line last. They show the teasers first. So I saw 4.5 and I was like, wait, what? And then it went 6.5. But no, it's 8.5.
Well, I am looking forward to seeing the Steelers play. I
Me
will
too.
find a way to watch them play. I wonder how many primetime games they have.
I would
I'm gonna
assume a
look.
lot,
I'm gonna
but I
look
guess
back at their schedule. All right, the week one is noon. They have a London game. That's against the Vikings. Sunday night, Packers at Bengals.
that's
That
nice.
is
Those are
a
both prime
Thursday
time
night. Then they
at
got
Sharp.
at Chargers Monday night, December 15th, Sunday Night Football, and then that's it. The Steelers probably will be a primetime game. Steelers Ravens at the end of the season. So then 4 to 5, they'll be televised for sure.
That's a healthy amount. Last year we got way too much Jets.
We got way too much Cowboys too, right? They were one of the other ones that
Yes.
everyone criticized for getting too many, something like
I
that.
mean, that's always going to be the case, though, for the Cowboys, like them or not.
Well, all right, let's move on. Anything else before we do?
Is TJ Watt at training camp? I feel like
Yeah,
I haven't.
he signed also one of the biggest deals or whatever.
Ah, you're
Signed an
right. You're right.
extension.
Okay. Okay. No, then no. Watch out for their rookie running back, Caleb Johnson. I like him, but that's
Mm-hmm.
about it.
Oh, that's right. They lost Najee Harris. He went to the
Yeah.
Chargers. Jalen Warren apparently is supposed to pick up some slack, but Caleb Johnson. You heard it here first.
Well, I like them
Um,
both, but if it's for fantasy, I'm taking Caleb Johnson.
all right. Well, let's go to your boys, the Bengals.
Let's do it.
Did you ever end up watching any of quarterback?
Not yet. I will. I've
You
been
should,
kind of
dude.
busy.
It's really
Yeah.
good.
My goal is
That
to watch it before the regular season.
okay. Well, looking at their free agents, Sam Hubbard retired, and they still have not signed Trey Hendrickson. So I'm not seeing anything on here. Von Bell, safety, former Saint and Bronco, signed with them. But I don't know, man. Defensively, if they can't improve off of last year, this is just going to be another 7-win team. Like it already goes to show that they, no matter how good Burrow is, he can still average 300 yards a game, 3 touchdowns, but there's still going to be mistakes that are amplified or magnified when the defense is unable to pick up the slack. So it puts even more pressure on Burrow to be perfect. That's the only way for their offense for them to carry them to a W. So it's I don't know, man. I really want to root for Burrow. I really do. Like the offense is so fun to watch. It's electric, but it's hard to bet on them. So I'll let you go first. What do you think?
I understand the skepticism for sure. You're pretty much right. Like they didn't really make almost any notable signings. I think they signed some like depth players on defense. So it is basically the same team as last year's disappointing team, potentially minus Trey Hendrickson, who was like their third best player. Uh, so obviously that's not a good recipe. What they did that we haven't touched on was they fired their defensive coordinator who had been there for a while,
Oh,
Lou Anarumo, and he before last year he had done like a pretty great job. What's up, Jax? Uh, like remember they used to give the Chiefs fits when they beat the Chiefs. They were like one of the only teams to beat them in the playoffs on their
yeah.
Super Bowl run. And Lou Anarumo was a big part of that. Their defense was like the Mahomes antidote. But then last year it all fell apart. So they hired Al Golden, who I believe was the defensive coordinator for Notre Dame last year,
Okay.
uh, with
I
the
don't know
line of
much
thinking
about
that
this person.
I don't know much either. Just like basically that. When the line of thinking is like that they believe in their talent, kind of crazy. They just need that talent to be developed by someone who's good at developing players. And I guess Anarumo is not that. So who knows how it'll go? But I tend to agree. Like scheme matters, and that's one of the reasons we love football is that like coaches play a huge role. But at the end of the day, like you need the players, right? The
Yeah.
players are going to decide the game. So I think they'll be frustrating again. It has to be said, unfortunately. I hope I'm wrong, but it does mean for fantasy at least that like you should draft yourself some Bengals because that's exactly what you want: bad defense and great skill position. What about you? What do you think? Oh, my line is 8.5, but I have
Eight
over.
and a half. And over?
Yeah,
Mine is 9.5 and under.
Oh, okay. Oh, I guess you did say something already. Okay, so should we check?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll tell you the teasers. We'll start with 5.5, then up to 7.5. Oh, you got it. It's 9.5.
Let's go. They signed
One's
2 linebackers in the draft from Clemson, South Carolina, and then they got another running back in the draft. A couple offensive linemen, a couple guards.
yeah, I think they're one of their guards they drafted is going to start. It seems like.
Oh, well, there's a little bit of an improvement. Well, I really am rooting for them. I want them to succeed. So I hope they're able to turn that narrative around because that offense deserves better. you know?
Definitely.
All right. Let's do the Ravens now.
All right.
They have a 30-year-old, 31-year-old Derrick Henry, who's still running well. They got Lamar Jackson, potential, arguably should have won the MVP over Josh Allen, but still hasn't quite proven that he can win in the playoffs. But he will be great in the regular season, like usual. You already alluded to signing DeAndre Hopkins, but he's just along for the ride, ring chasing.
Yeah.
Defense. Let's take a look.
You never know anything about the defense.
That's true.
Was
Right,
was Kyle
they
Hamilton
signed.
hurt last year?
Who was?
Kyle Hamilton? No, right? I must be thinking of somebody else.
Oh no, I remember him playing. He got hurt here and there, but
No, you're right. I think I'm thinking of someone
oh,
else.
how could I forget this big news? Justin Tucker, he was released.
Yeah. Oh, that
And do you
was
know what it
terrible.
was for? Exactly what it was for?
Do you not? It was.
I don't remember.
I'm assuming it was because of the allegations about him like
Oh
sexually assaulting
yeah,
Masai. Yeah, it was pretty bad look. Also, he was like pretty bad last year. On top of
he
that, so
was. He was. Well, we're post Justin Tucker era, which is kind of weird. But
yeah,
if all the allegations are true, then fuck that guy. Uh, Marcus Williams, former Saint, re-signed with the Ravens. Good player. Still going to have a good backfield, uh, backcourt. Uh, they lost Tre'Davious White, Brandon Stevens, Arthur Mallett, couple linebackers. Um,
they drafted a safety out of Georgia.
okay.
Yeah, mostly the same team. It seems like.
Yeah, but I do recognize some of these linebackers like Chris Board and Malik Harrison. I feel like their defense was deep, but there was also this point where they were really struggling defensively. Remember, they were just
Yeah,
like really undisciplined, committing a lot of penalties. That was early in the year.
yeah, I
Um,
remember that.
so yeah, that's right. We had a conversation about how like they're really good on paper, but for some reason weren't able to put everything together and have a strong defense
Hmm.
stat wise. It kind of seems like they still have a good defense on paper. So it's just a matter of starting off fast, starting off strong in the season, and not letting that happen again like last year. Because they started off at like with a pretty weak record, something well average. I want to say they were like 7-5, 7-6, or something like that. They had to go on a run to start the playoffs.
Yeah, I think
Which
you're right.
yeah,
The vibe I get from their defense, like going back to last year, is like outside of Kyle Hamilton, who is a stud at safety. Uh, they don't really have like any real stars. Like they have a bunch of good players. Like Kyle Van Noy is a good player off the edge, but he's not like an all pro caliber.
mm-hmm.
Um, what's his name on the interior? He's like with an N. I think he went to A and
Nata.
M.
I'm just kidding.
No, but that's
Uh,
familiar. Oh, I don't know how to say it. Mdabuki.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know who I'm talking about? He's a good player, and I think he
He
has
came up
had
on
like
our.
one or two All Pros,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I don't think he's like elite anymore. He's just good, So it's like they need everyone to show up basically, and they need the collective to be at least as good as the sum of the parts. And I felt like a lot of last year it wasn't.
Hmm.
But I
I'm
mean,
kind of. They're gonna be. I'll start with the line. I think they're gonna be
yeah.
about the same. So I went with 11 and a half, but under. Because I think they finished. What did they finish last year?
I don't even remember, but I think it
Ravens.
was
I
around
want to say they
11.
went like 10-7. Oh wow, they went 12-5. So yeah, I'm gonna go
Hmm.
11-5, and then go under. I don't think they can. I'd be surprised if they win 12 games again.
Okay, so no points for this one. We have the same line. I have them over though. I think they
Mm.
can get 12 games again. But I think that's maybe just because like I've been shorting them in recent years, and then they always make me look like an idiot. Also, Lamar Jackson, like it's kind of stupid to bet against him.
Yeah, it is. I freaking love watching him play.
Hmm.
He's so fun to watch. He's
It's
man.
insane watching how easy he makes it look to just evade these world class athletes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're watching a high school player who's like way better than everyone else. It makes no sense.
Dude, I can't wait for them to play the Bengals twice
Yep.
this year. Because that was the last time they played the Bengals last year. Remember they had that overtime game where they just went shot for shot. It was like 45-45, something ridiculous.
I do. I think both of their matchups last year were like over 30 points both teams, which is crazy.
Can't wait, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. The line is perfect. We both got it 11 and a half. So
Wow, look at
makes
us.
sense. So
All
smart.
right. Okay. So you're in the lead with it's 1-0, right?
It's 1-1. You got this.
Oh yeah.
You got the Bengals at 9.5.
All right, let's see how we do with the Browns. So they went 3-14 last year. They signed Myles Garrett to an extension, but their roster just generally is not talented at all. Uh, outside of him, they still have Del Pitt, so they've got a few defensive players, and I remember that's what kind of kept them in games here and there. Is that their defense was opportunistic for the most part, but still overall below average roster, not a lot of talent. So they have uh they still got Deontay Foreman,
Do they?
Jordan
Wow.
Akins, Jeff Swaim. They signed a couple tackles, a couple guards, revamped offensive line. It looks like they've got a lot of free agents actually. So there's an effort here, both on both sides of the ball. Yeah, man, I can see them just. I don't like betting against Flacco because Flacco was they were decent. I think they went 500 with the Colts whenever Richardson went down. So I Flacco might be old, but the man can still sling it. So
Dang, you love
I,
Joe Flacco.
I
I
fucking love
remember
Joe
last
Flacco,
year
dude.
you went on a rant about him. And
I
hey, I
did.
like Flacco. I'm not trying to play him down. He's older than Rodgers though, isn't he? Or am I wrong?
He might be. I wouldn't be surprised if he was.
Well, he's a gunslinger. Like he just loves playing football, and it's kind of awesome. So I understand the love. Oh, I think Rodgers is older. That's fine.
Shouldn't be by much.
Nah.
They certainly look the same age. Well,
uh,
anyways, I think he's gonna. I think Flacco's gonna at least give him another couple wins. So I'm gonna go 4.5 over. It's kind of low,
it is
but
low.
it's the
No, they were
freaking
hard
Browns.
because like the the really bad teams are hard. Honestly, let's be honest, because
Yeah,
you generally don't see lines that are like 2.5, right?
and
Uh,
then who? Oh, go ahead.
I have them at 3.5. but I feel like you're gonna get him.
3.5. That's your
But
lowest line.
I have him over. It is. I have him at 4 wins. I just I don't trust that Flacco can play like even 8 games.
Hater. Yeah.
I'm a hater. I feel like he's never been the athlete that Rodgers was, so I just don't think he can hold up. Not to say that Rodgers is going to play every game either. Like if he got hurt week 1, nobody'd be surprised, right?
Yeah.
But also like the carousel of that quarterback room. You have, Mr. I won't say it. You got Deshaun Watson, uh, who's like I don't know where he is. Obviously he's hurt, but like the fact that he's still employed is just weird. And then Joe Flacco, who's 50, and then Kenny Pickett, who is like a meme. And then they drafted 2 rookies, including Shador Sanders. So it's kind of a circus. And that room alone makes me really low on the Browns.
That makes sense.
Do you want to hear
It's
the
hard to be
line?
high on them.
Vegas is higher than both of us at 5.5. So you
Five
get
and a
it.
half. They believe in Flacco too, dude.
They do. They have a decent roster though. If, like you're right. I think I was maybe like too ranty there because their defense is not that bad. Obviously Miles Garrett, but they have a decent secondary. I like Jerry Judy. I like I don't know Cedric
Don't they
Tillman.
have Charvarius Ward?
Yes, he's who I was thinking of. He's a good cornerback.
Yeah, they got some talent defensively that's going to at least give them a fighting chance to win games.
Yeah,
And I'm looking at their schedule now. Let's see where they think they can get 5 wins. They probably will lose to the Bengals, Ravens, Packers, Lions, Vikings. Fuck, they play the NFC
that's
North.
tough.
They could beat the Dolphins. That's 1 win.
They
They
could
could
beat the
beat the
Raiders.
Patriots. That's 2. Maybe the Jets. That's like I'll give that a half win. So 2.5. Raiders, they also could be a win. I'm going to go half win there. That's 3 wins. Niners could suck.
They could suck. That's fair.
I'll go half win. So 3.5.
Titans.
Titans,
There you go.
I think they could beat them.
And then Bears.
4.5. I don't know. Bears are. I can see them. They're going to Chicago. I think 4.5, 5.5 makes sense for the
Yeah,
line they gave. Okay, I'm cool with that. With the schedule. All right. All right. I have taken the lead. All right, so we're at uh
two to
first
one.
division down, AFC North.
Yeah, North is done.
Which one do you want to go to next?
Let's save the West for last. I think that's the most fun one remaining. Let's do the South.
The South. All right.
And you can pick the team. I struggled with these actually. It's because they're bad. I'm telling you, the bad ones are hard.
This is gonna be
Seriously.
it's gonna be like at the most 7 wins in this division. All right. I'll start with the Texans because they're fun to root for, and I want suddenly Stroud has become an underdog somehow.
I know,
Uh,
right?
yeah, and Tank Dell getting a horrible injury is, it makes you kind of want to root for them. So it's just
Yeah.
it's an interesting team, I think, with a good coach, right? D'Amico Ryans.
I love
All right, so
Ryan's.
let's take a look at the schedule. AFC South is playing. They play the NFC West.
It's
Yeah, they play the
doable.
NFC West and the AFC West.
AFC West. Okay, that's
Yeah,
tougher. That's doable if you get the West.
this looks like an average schedule.
Yeah.
All right, and then let's see. They have Shaq Mason now. Uh, they have three new cornerbacks whom I don't recognize, but they just extended what's his name what's that guy's name? Is really good.
Stingley? Was it
Stingley.
Stingley? He's really good.
Oh,
Their
yeah,
their defense is gonna be filthy. I think.
which matches the coach. Makes sense. Their defense
Yeah,
is gonna probably be their strength.
I think they have a chance to be the best defense this year. Like they were already
Yep,
really good last year.
I can see that. It's just gonna have to. It's gonna come down to Stroud, and can he overcome his deficiencies from last year? He was turning the ball over. He was really happy, feet happy in the pocket. He wasn't as decisive and was kind of panic throwing a lot this year compared to his rookie year. Um, but he is going to have one of the best receivers in the game, and Nico Collins.
Yes, sir.
Diggs isn't back yet. Did he sign elsewhere? No, he probably went
He's with
somewhere
the
else.
Patriots. We didn't mention
He's
that.
with the Patriots. That's right. And he was seen with cocaine on a yacht or some shit.
Yes, that was awesome.
uh, Texans. Who? I mean, they lost Robert Woods too, dude. Who else do they
Yeah,
have at receiver?
they drafted two receivers, both from Iowa State, which is fun. Jaden Higgins in the second round, Jalen Knoll in the third. They're completely different kinds of receivers.
I see.
And there's a lot of smoke coming out already that Jaden Higgins, who's the bigger one, like might actually do something this year, which they need. I think they also signed Christian Kirk, who's much older, but
Oh,
it's nice. So, like as a slot guy, still useful.
Mixon is still out with
Oh
a
yeah,
foot
Mixon's
injury,
hurt. That is news. Yeah, that's a little
and Nick
sus.
Chubb is going to be the
Yes.
one running the ball.
No, we left a
That's
lot out.
cool.
Yeah.
They got a lot of draft picks. A lot of
I'm
draft
honestly not
picks. I
worried.
like that. A lot of lottery tickets for a team when they do
Hmm.
that. I like
Yeah,
that.
I think it's a really well managed organization. Or now it is.
Well, I like the Texans to be the best team in this conference, but I'll let you go first. What's your prediction for the Texans, or do you have any other thoughts?
No major thoughts. I was just gonna say, or I feel like I haven't said enough about their defense. Like they have a shit ton of really good safeties. You mentioned Derek Stingley at corner. He's elite, but I love Jalen Petrie. I think he's going into
Petrie,
like year three or
he's a
something.
beast.
He's awesome. Yeah. They signed CJ Gardner Johnson, who I think was with the
Oh
Eagles, Super
yeah,
Bowl champ.
who must
Another
be an
good
asshole
safety.
at this point to be moved around so
Yeah.
much.
Daniel Hunter off the edge, potentially elite. I don't know if he's there yet,
Oh,
but he's really good.
all right.
Yeah. And then last year, Will Anderson as a rookie showed some nice things. So
Oh,
I think he
yep.
also can make a leap.
Fuck
So
that defense.
basically, yeah, I'm excited to watch this team. I think they're gonna like be a bitch to play against. Basically, uh, their offense. Really, the only question, in my opinion, is the line. Like you mentioned, Stroud.
Yeah, last year that was a
Uh,
problem. It was a huge problem. Yep.
yeah, I think he just got the yips. I think we talked about it actually. So anyway, I agree with your first statement that you said, where like people are falsely thinking that Stroud may have taken a step back. I agree. I'm not really worried about him, at least not long term. So my line kind of reflects what I think the perception is rather than what I think. So I have it at 9.5. I think they can win 13 games. I'm really high on them. So I have them over.
That's a very conservative guess by someone who thinks they can win 13 games. That makes sense though. I don't blame you. Like when you have a bad offensive line, you could just end up with the Bengals, right? Like you just never know. It's
Yeah.
such an X factor. With that in mind, I went a little bit more pessimistic. So I went 8.5, but I still went
Okay.
over.
All right. Let's find out. I would be surprised at 8.5 though. I feel like they're still.
That's still a little too low.
It's
Yeah.
9.5. Mostly because the South. It is 9.5. The South sucks.
I'm
That's
I'm
like
zagging too much, dude. I'm zagging too
yeah,
much. I'm like I feel like I can sense what the line would be, but I'm just like, I want to make it more fun. Let's go
yeah.
more polarizing. But 9.5
More
makes sense.
edge.
Not surprised. Everybody else in this division, though, is going to kind of fall in that 6 wins range.
Yep.
Um, like the next best team that I could see coming out of the division is probably Jacksonville. Like, Hunter is that much of an X factor. You got a guy that's like I'm starting to hate this term. I'm going to say this with a grain of salt.
Let's hear it.
Generational talent.
Yes.
But he has been showing clips
Unicorn.
on both offense and defense on the internet. So it's just like, damn, that's impressive that he can do that. So
It really
I
is.
don't I don't like betting against someone like that. When was the last? Who was the last guy that we got out of the draft that was this flexible as a skill player, skill position? So
I
Barkley
honestly don't
comes to
know.
mind.
Who?
Barkley, Saquon Barkley. I'm trying to think of another
Did he play
flexible.
defense?
No. I
What
mean,
do you
like
mean?
just generally
Oh,
high skill
okay,
levels,
okay.
like skill player. Let's go.
Dude, no. Taysom Hill? I don't know.
That's not a quarterback, right?
Ah,
Let's go 2023 draft.
little Jordan Humphrey. I have no idea.
2023 draft: Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, uh, Will Anderson, Anthony Richardson, Devin Witherspoon. Oh, Bijan Robinson probably would
Yeah,
qualify.
I was gonna say Bijan actually.
Jamar Gibbs would qualify.
It'd probably be running backs.
Yeah. But receiver like this?
It's pretty rare.
What was the last receiver? Let's see. Let's go back to 2022. What was the position he was drafted at? Do you remember?
You mean Travis Hunter?
Uh-huh.
I think they came out and said he'd be primarily offense to start. So I guess receiver.
Okay.
But you're right that he has already done work on defense in training camp.
Drake London was drafted number 8 in 2022. Derek Stingley was number 3. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Very high. Let's go. Garrett Wilson, 10. Chris Olave, Jamison Williams, Jahan Dotson, Traylon Burks. None of those guys, other than Garrett Wilson, because he's pretty good. Yeah, I
Drake London's
can't think
good.
of a receiver. So Hunter is definitely a head above, I would say, in terms of prospective talent.
I agree.
So who knows what that does for a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence, who this might be his last chance to prove that. He just signed a massive contract, right? They decided to
That's
put all
true.
their eggs in his basket. So
Daniel Jones did too a couple years ago. Remember?
true.
Oh,
So that
that's a main
doesn't necessarily
comparison.
mean anything. That's good to remember. But I think from a football standpoint only, I think
Yeah,
we both can agree that uh, Lawrence, from my perspective, this is his last chance to prove that he can be a quarterback in this league because there's too many times where we were like, yeah, he had an okay game. That he was bad. He was okay. Like he was all over the place, and you can never really depend on him. And it's not that the physical skills are lacking with him; it's just the consistency with decision making, with just finishing strong. He turned the ball over too much, like just
yeah,
little things that rookies would suffer. Uh, that those are the kind of mistakes that rookies would make, and he continues to make them. And I actually think there was a point last year where I was like, yeah, he doesn't have that X factor that makes him a good like winning quarterback. I feel like I was one that said that, and that still might be the case. But this is the year to finalize what we think about him, right?
yeah. We're just waiting on him. Like I think it was 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, where he had a stretch where they made the playoffs, and he was playing like a top 10 quarterback, for a little bit, and we're like, okay, he's gonna live up to his draft status and the hype because he was one of those quarterbacks. I'm pretty sure he went first overall, but not just that. Like Cam Ward went first overall this year, but they're not saying like he's generational or whatever. They were saying that about Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
Everyone was
generational.
saying, yeah, and he throws it generationally, I guess. The hair is generational, right? But I agree. We're waiting on him. So, and I like Trevor Lawrence. I hope he figures it out. But yeah, I mean, just too many dumb plays, basically. Like he's in the Dak tier for me. I think if I was
Dak
building
tier
a
is good.
team, I would take him above Dak still, just because like he's younger,
He's younger.
and
Yeah.
and it's the hope. It's not even the age so much as the hope that he can make a leap. Whereas with Dak, it's like, yeah, we know who you are.
And he's got Brian Thomas Jr. What more
Yes,
weapons do you
exactly.
need? They just let go of Kirk, but Evan Engram's a great receiver, right?
Oh,
Like
he's
they
with
have.
Denver now. But
Oh, he's
point
okay.
remains. Point remains. Brian
Didn't they
Thomas
sign
Jr.
somebody
and
else that
Travis
was
Hunter.
good besides Hunter? I thought they signed
Uh,
another receiver. I
they.
could be wrong.
I don't know. I'm not. I'm not sure. But if you have Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter, I think that's plenty. Like Brian Thomas
Gabe
is already
Davis.
elite. Oh, Gabe Davis. That's fine.
Yeah, it's just fine.
They still have Etienne at running back, who's fine.
Yep. But apparently Bigsby is the one getting all the carries, first
I
team
saw that
reps.
too. Yeah. I don't know
Man,
much about their defense.
it feels like, well, they still have the number one pick of 2022. People forget about him all the time. Can you name it?
No, I was waiting for you to say who is that?
Trayvon Walker.
Oh my God, you're right.
I
Damn,
know.
that's crazy.
He's fine. Like
He,
he's not a bad player. He's a
he's the Trevor
very good run
Lawrence
stopper,
of defensive
but he
players.
just doesn't rush the quarterback very well, so he goes unnoticed.
Yeah.
And then they have the other Josh Allen. They have got a lot of solid defensive players, if I remember correctly. So the Jaguars feel like a team that have a lot of individual X factors, and it's just going to come down to, can Doug Peterson bring this team together and stay consistent, and then obviously Lawrence, can he go up a level and elevate this team, because they have a lot of talent, they still do. So it's difficult for me to bet against them. Anyway, so with that in mind, with all that talent, I think they'll be the second best team in this conference. And I have them, all that being said, 7.5 wins and going over.
We have the same line. I'm
Damn,
under,
man. We're too
but
good.
yeah. Great minds. Uh, I can't decide if I want the Jaguars to be good or not. Like I like a lot of the individual players, but I don't know. I don't care about the Jaguars. Uh, and FanDuel also has 7.5. So yeah, they're just like the definition of mediocre. But they have two amazing talents at receiver.
What was the line that Vegas added?
We all had it at 7.5.
Okay. What did you go over?
I went under. You went over.
You went under. What's your reasoning with that?
Honestly, the Jags I really don't have a great feel on, but I mostly it's like first year head coach. By the way, you mentioned Peterson. He's gone. I don't know where he is, but it's Liam Cohen now.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
But
Okay, that
yeah,
makes
first year
sense.
head coach, and more than that, I don't know. I tend to, if I had to bet, I would bet against Lawrence, even though I would like to see him do well.
Damn. Let me ask you something. What do you think the term generational means? What does that mean to you? To you, and then tell me, what do you think people mean by it when they say that?
Are you pulling a Kyrie Irving on me right now? I feel like that. Uh, I mean, to me, it just means in the context of sports, obviously, it's a type of player you see once in a generation on average. So like a Kobe Bryant would be like the floor, in my opinion, for what a
Okay.
generational player is.
So then to me, that would qualify Pat Mahomes as our last generational player. Then before that,
Damn, I guess, yeah. I'm
then
okay with
before that,
bending it
what?
though. Like,
Brady?
yeah, but it can't just be goats. So I'm okay with using it in a flexible way where it all goes. So it can mean like this is a once in a generation type of player, not just because of the quality, but because of the way he plays. So like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson,
Okay.
I think they're all. I'm okay with them being labeled generational because even though they're in the same generation, they're distinct in the way they play, and they're all elite, and that's the main thing is that they're elite.
What if we made it more black and white, just to give it a little bit, make it easier to identify a generational player? What if a generational player was, using Josh Allen as an example, an elite player over the period of at least 5 years? Would that qualify enough to be a generational player?
That's reasonable to me.
How long is a generation to you? Like 10 years? Like the 2010s, 2020s? Seems about right, right?
Yeah, I think so in the sports context.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think I agree. I think Allen, Jackson, I would qualify them as generational players. And it would make sense because if they're good for that long, for the majority of a quote unquote generation, that they make sense for that answer. But I don't know why people thought, what do you think people thought they meant when they said Trevor Lawrence would be a generational quarterback? That he would be as good as them is basically all they were saying.
I think a lot of people did think that. Yeah, I think a lot of people thought he was like going to be Andrew Luck, but he was going to play out his career and
Oh.
win some shit, and maybe get into that Hall of Fame
Mm-hmm.
category. Obviously, that's not the path he's on, or anywhere close to it right now. Um, Caleb Williams last year
Oh
also
yeah.
got that word thrown around,
Yep. Ended up
and I
being Jaden, whom we both can agree is probably the generational player that came out of that draft.
oh yeah, I mean at this point, if you're betting on anyone but Jaden being the best player in that draft,
You're not
you're
watching
like,
football.
yeah, or you're high or something. Uh, Not to say it can't happen, right? Like it's 1 year after all, but yeah, he's clearly the best player right now from that class. Not even close.
Is it too soon to tell with Caleb Williams, do you think?
I struggle with that. I think yes, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt because I did think he was really good. I liked Jaden Daniels more. Not to toot my own horn, but it's not like I was like super confident in that, right? Because I also really liked Caleb Williams. I thought they were both going to be really good. I didn't think Jaden was going to like set it on fire the way he did. But anyway, uh, because I already liked Caleb, I think it is too early. But I mentioned last week that I had a 30% panic meter with him,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
like I think most people who watch football, and I bet you would agree with it, for quarterbacks specifically, like situation matters so much. And if
Yeah.
you, especially with your rookie year, if you just kind of get into a shit situation, I mean, it has a way of like snowballing, and it's easy to see how, like from a human perspective, a few bad losses or a few bad plays while the world is kind of, memeing you to death, that can
Yeah.
definitely have some long term effects. And I also, this is like purely speculation, right? I think Caleb Williams is the kind of guy who's like way too tuned into that kind of stuff. I think
Yeah.
he pays too much attention to him, like his his aura or
Ranking,
whatever.
his standing, whatever,
Yeah,
however he
yeah,
falls in the
right.
plane of quarterbacks. Yeah.
And that is not
Get
what
that.
you want if you're like coaching him at all. But I'm cheering for him. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's too early to tell because some of the things we saw him do when he did have highlights were awesome. He could do some really dope shit when he throws like he has one of those arms that makes you say when he can throw a frozen rope and you just say like, wow, that
Yep.
what a throw. I remember one play, it was early in the season where he was scrambling to his right and he just laser beamed a throw like 40 yards along the sideline to, I want to say Thomas probably. And I'm sorry, Moore. And I remember thinking like that was unbelievable. Like imagine if you can put that together like at least one every game or something like that. And if he could do that, then he would be up there in the top 5 quarterbacks of the league consistently. But with Ben Johnson, who knows? He made Jared Goff look really good. So with Caleb Williams, he's not nearly as experienced, but I kind of like Ben Johnson to help bring the best out of him.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't going to be Shane Steichen or whatever the fuck his name is,
Waldron.
Eberflus.
Or Eberflus, yeah, who's in Dallas
So
now.
I am also rooting for him, for what it's worth, Caleb Williams. But Trevor Lawrence, I'm more like sitting back watching, like, all right, man, what do you got left? Because I'm ready to move on. I want to pay attention to other quarterbacks that I think could be generational.
Yeah,
Like Burrow. We didn't even mention Burrow. I would argue he's generational. Like, he's that good. And he's going to continue being in the top 5 for the rest of his career, arguably. So,
yeah, I agree with that.
anyways, I think I was interested to hear your take on generational because I hear it so much, and I uh, I wanted to know what the world thinks it is and what we think it is. With that being said, are there any generational players on the Titans? No, probably not. Cam Ward, does that tickle your fancy at all?
I like Cam Ward, but I definitely would not call him generational.
Guess we'll find out this season where he stands. I mean, with a quarterback that people have touted this summer as being not even like above JJ McCarthy in the draft of quarterbacks last year,
It
he
was a
would be
bad
below
quarterback draft.
everybody.
Yeah.
Hard to be optimistic with Cam Ward. So, with the Titans already being kind of bad last year, I mean, is there any needle movers for you on the Titans?
Well, I guess one thing about Ward, I love his like I don't want to say aura. I've been using that word too much. Fuck. But I love his demeanor. That's the right word.
Oh,
The way he
he's a
carries
confident
himself.
dude.
He's
Yeah,
very confident without being cocky. I mean, it's like a cliche, but that's what he is, and that's what you want from a quarterback. You need confidence. Uh, Obviously, an upgrade above Levis, who's now out for the year. But on the whole, no, I think this is like a really bad team, obviously,
yeah.
and I think Ward is kind of in a bad situation. So I'm a little worried for him. Like I hate his pass catchers. I hate almost everything about the team. I don't really believe in Callahan as a coach, but we'll see. So I have him at 5.5, and I think I'm going under. I'm sorry to say,
You had him at 5.5.
I
God
did.
damn it.
Is that what you have?
Yeah. God, dude, stop it.
I'm just trolling you, man. You have 5 teams left to beat me. We're at two apiece. Did you have him over?
Oh, I have them under actually.
Okay, so it's the same exact. And FanDuel also has 5.5. Look at that.
Fuck,
All
man.
right.
We better not be tying the rest of this game. That'd be disappointing for us and the audience.
I don't think we will. I think actually this next team is kind of tricky. Indianapolis.
Yeah,
We don't even know who their
yeah.
quarterback is.
Was Richardson not? Is he healthy?
I think he is, but apparently it's a competition, like an open competition with him and Daniel Jones. So make of that what you will.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
2 running backs playing quarterback.
yeah, you're right. I weirdly think
Um,
Daniel Jones might be better, which is crazy.
don't you really like their coach or coordinator? What's his
Steichen?
name? Is it Steichen? It's Steichen.
Yeah, I actually
You're a
do kind
fan,
of
huh?
like him. He
Yeah.
was he was OC for the Eagles for a while, right? Like somewhat recently.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's. I think he's a good football coach. I'm worried. I mean, I guess not worried. I don't really care about the Colts. I think he's probably not the best head coach. I think he's probably more X's and O's than anything. Just kind of speculation, but just based off of results. I don't know. I think it starts
They
and
still
ends with
have
the
Jonathan
quarterback.
Taylor. They still have Pittman. They still have Downs.
They got some good skill players, no doubt about it. But it's kind of underrated, if anything. I don't know much about their
Let's
defense either.
see. The Colts. Did they draft anybody? They got Tyler Warren. He's supposed to be good.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he is good. They have plenty of skill players. Adonai Mitchell, second year receiver out of Texas, although he had a bad rookie year, like bad.
AD. They
Um,
do have good skill players, and their defense. What? How we?
they have a
How we
nice
feeling
defensive
about
end,
that?
Latu, I think, is going into his second year. But I don't know of any game breakers. I don't think there's like any established stars, right?
Tuamalu, DeForest Buckner,
Oh,
Latu, like you
Buckner's good.
said. Zaire
I like
Franklin.
Buckner. It's fine. I have him at
Charvis
six and a half.
Charvarius Ward is on the Colts actually.
Oh, he is. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Kenny Moore is also there still on that
Okay,
team. Still a good player. This
that's not
team is
bad.
about as good as the Jaguars in my opinion. I feel
I
like they're
agree.
about the same.
But I would take Lawrence over both of these bozos.
Well, with the worst quarterback, rookie quarterback, but a better coach.
Yeah,
I think my line makes sense. I'm going to go 6.5 for the Colts.
that's what I
And
have.
I'm going over with the X factor of a running quarterback.
Same and same. Sorry, bro.
Stop copying me.
I
Cut
don't
it
think you
out.
heard me, but I said my line like 10 seconds
Oh, you
before you
did.
did.
My bad.
It's okay if you don't believe me. Well, we're both wrong. It's 7.5. Wow, that's kind of high.
Hmm. Didn't they have
Yeah.
Jacksonville at 7.5?
Yes, we got them right. We got the Titans right.
What
I
is the
think
score between us?
it's
Are
still
you up by
twos.
one?
No, it's
Oh,
2-2. But I'm forgetting where we got our wins. I know you got the Bengals. I got the Steelers, I think, and then I got lost. But I'm confident that the score is correct. I've been constantly doing that. You may have gotten the Jets actually, because I think maybe I was too low on the Jets.
all right.
Doesn't matter. We got one more division, and this one's
We got
fun.
two more.
Oh, you're right.
Break time.
Holy shit!
Let's take a quick
Damn.
break and then we'll move on to the
Okay.
final two. Do you actually need a break? I'll cut this out.
Nah.
All right. Let's start with the NFC, the AFC East. We'll leave the AFC West last, right? Like you suggested. Let's get the good team out of the way. I think the funnest team to talk about because I cannot wait to see these guys in Hard Knocks. I freaking love Josh Allen. I think he's electric to watch play football. And if you've ever seen him off the field, he's kind of funny. He's kind of a funny dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, their defense is well. Before I say anything, let me make sure they didn't lose anybody huge. AFC. What do you know about the any free agent signings for the Bills? Anything?
Josh Palmer, depth receiver. Hmm.
Whoa,
No, I think it's mostly the
Jordan
same.
Phillips. He's good. He used to play for the Dolphins. Austin Johnson, Quentin Jefferson, Rasul Douglas, former Packer.
Oh, nice. That's an old name.
Huh.
I feel like their safety position is their weak point, but it's not even that bad.
Do they still have Michael Hyde?
I want to say they do, but I guess let me verify it. Oh wait, no, they don't. Maybe he might be retired. Yeah, he's retired. They have
Oh wow, I got to see an
they
article
have
here.
one good
Injuries are
safety.
piling up.
Oh, Taylor Rapp. I like him. They drafted Maxwell Harrison, cornerback out of Kentucky. He should start right away.
Matt Milano's still on the team. He
Matt
was injured
Milano.
most of last year. Shaq
Hmm.
Thompson,
Joey Bosa. That was the big one.
who is also hurt, right? Or I could be wrong.
Is he? Maybe.
Damar Hamlin, comeback player of the year.
He's awesome. We all love him, but he's kind of just okay as a player,
Yeah, he's
unfortunately.
mid. He's 100%
Yeah,
mid.
but of course we love him.
The defense feels mid. I can see it being above mid, like a little bit,
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of old. It's like actually pretty old.
and kind of brittle.
Yeah, but they've always been like solid, like during the Josh Allen era. because I remember thinking last year their defense was going to be a weak point, but they were fine. They're better than fine. So that's why I'm hesitant to just be like, oh, they're going to suck on defense. But maybe they will. I
Really,
mean,
dude, if you're going to be betting on this team, you're betting on Josh Allen essentially
of course,
carrying them.
right? Yeah.
There, I
I mean, he
think
definitely
that
helps them, like the defense.
100%.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's going to help them stay on the field. He's going to keep the offense on the field and the defense off the
Yeah.
field. Because Josh Allen is so good at running that quarterback option and keeping that clock moving. And then James
Mm-hmm.
Cook is one of the best running backs in the league. So it's just, and Khalil Shakir, one of the best possession receivers in the game. So they're going to be a team that's going to be able to control the clock every game, just like they did last
Yeah.
year. So it's,
I feel
I
like they
think
always
it's a,
have great special teams too.
yeah, of Tyler Bass, their kicker,
Mm-hmm.
one of the best kickers in the league. Makes sense. Yeah, man. There's no reason why they can't be a contender again. But it's hard to. This is a gut feeling, but it's hard to imagine Josh Allen winning a back-to-back MVP.
Oh, of course. That's like so rarely
Right.
done. Yeah,
Right.
I wouldn't bet on that.
So, all right. Well, what do you think? What you
Yeah, I'll go
mentioned your
first.
line first.
I need to duck these allegations. So mainly because of defense, I have them at 10.5.
Wow,
I could see them winning
we're so
more
different.
than that. Yeah, you're gonna have it high, I already know. So we'll see. But I expect a little bit of regression. I still think they're a contender. I'm not really staking my claim otherwise. They're one of the best teams in the AFC.
Yep.
But yeah, 10.5. What about you?
12.5 over. 2 whole wins above you. That's wild.
That is a big number. Okay,
Who are they
FanDuel
playing?
sucks.
What's their schedule like?
Actually, I don't know. Maybe we should have looked at that. Oh, it's 11.5. We don't get it. Neither of us.
Damn. They have like mainly draft picks that are defense. All defense.
That makes sense.
Interesting.
I mentioned Harrison at corner. I think it's a
Yeah.
good ad.
Let's see. The Bills, they were 13-4 last year. It probably wasn't smart to bet them over 12.5. And then their schedule, should have started with this. Bills schedule. Bills are playing week 1. Ravens at home. Ravens at Bills. I could see them losing. That's the NFL premiere. That's Thursday night. Bills at Jets. I can see them winning. Dolphins at Bills. Let's call that 2-1. Fuck. Where are we? Okay, here we go. Saints at Bills 3-1. Patriots at Bills 4-1. Bills at Falcons 5-1. Bills at Panthers 6-1. Chiefs at Bills 6-2. Bills at Dolphins 7-2. Buccaneers at Bills. Buccaneers beat them last year. We'll call it 7-2 for revenge. Bills at Texans 8-2. Bills at Steelers 9-2. Bengals at Bills. Call that a loss. 9-3. Bills at Patriots 10-3. Bills at Browns 11-3. Eagles at Bills 11-4. Jets at Bills 12-4, and I'm missing a win in there. So 13 wins makes sense. The rest of this division is going to be garbage. Like if we went
Yeah.
to like, did you think we'll go to the Jets? Do you think Justin Fields is actually a good addition for this team? Like, do you have any high hopes for that guy?
I mean, if you mean like, do I hope he turns out good? Sure. I like Justin Fields. Do I think he's good? No. Do I
Yeah.
think he's going to be value for them? No. I I had a brief period where I was like standing for Justin Fields 3 years ago, but it's over.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't blame you. How much do you believe in Aaron Glenn, first-time head coach?
I don't know what word to believe about him. I know he was a great defensive coordinator, but I think I mentioned this last week. Like I don't like really predicting much about first year coaches, especially
Yeah,
if it's like coordinator to first time head coach. It's just like hit or miss.
yeah. I
And
would
with the
rather err on the side of like
yeah,
pessimism.
right. If you had to land on one side, yeah. And like it's the Jets, you know? It's the fucking
Yeah, it's
Jets.
true. Cursed franchise.
I think their defense should be much improved because first of all, they just underperformed last year. They have a lot of talent, but they were terrible. I mean, really was one of the most confusing units in football. So with a defensive coach, I think they'll be back to being like top 10 defense, which is pretty good. But no, I think their offense will be a corpse, sadly.
Yeah.
Because I love Garrett Wilson and I like Brees Hall too. I mean, who doesn't?
And the backup running back's good too, right?
Yeah. What about you?
Don't they still
But
have no? Devontae Adams is in Los
he's in
Angeles.
LA. Yeah. Did I say my line? I don't think I did.
No, what you got?
5.5. And I have them, I'll go over, but I don't really care.
Wow. I don't
That
know
might be
why I
too low.
have this line, but I'm just gonna run with it. I have 8.5
Oh,
under.
8.5. No way, it's 8.5.
I know that doesn't feel right, but
You might
I
still get it. I could see 7.5. What's your reasoning for the 8?
they have a talented roster. They have a lot of good players on that team,
They do.
and Justin Fields. I mean, he wasn't a good thrower, but fuck, he could run the ball. So I'm giving a lot of like they're going to be a team that can run the ball really fucking good, really fucking well. So those teams are usually difficult to beat. Now, can they throw? I don't know. They have the weapons to make it happen. So with a talented team like this and a new head coach, such an X factor, I'm going to go with like. Usually, I underestimate and go less wins, but with this much talent, I'm going to go with that 8.5 wins. But I'm going under.
Okay. I'm okay with that. I approve. Uh, I got it exactly. It's 5.5.
Damn.
That's
I'm
actually
okay
surprising.
being way wrong with that because
I feel like I was
it's
going to be
hard to
low.
defend it. 5.5 is
It's
low.
it's so low. It's mostly just Justin Fields, pretty bad offensive line. It's a bad combination there, and then first year head coach. But you're right. I agree. We agree on the roster outside of those things. So hope you're not a Jets fan.
You know what? I am actually a Drake May fan. I think he's really fun to watch in the games that I got to
How could
watch.
you not be?
He has the chance. The way he plays football, he's like a. He kind of reminded me of like a Johnny Manziel, but in the NFL.
Oh, I like that, but like a good one.
Like a yeah, one that is kind of like what Johnny Manziel should have been in the NFL.
Yeah.
And when you have a guy like that, slightly worse than Jaden Daniels, but he's going to give you a chance to win. I like guys like that. I've mentioned it before here. When you have opportunistic talent like that, you give your team an opportunity to win. So, um, they got rid of what's his face, the head coach, Mayo, and
I forgot about that guy.
who did they? Who's their new guy?
It's Vrabel, right? Mike
Oh
Vrabel.
yeah, and he's an awesome coach, dude.
Yeah, I like that for them actually.
He's always been. It's weird that they didn't get him from the beginning. He might have been with Tennessee at the time, but anyways, yeah, Vrabel. And
He's
then they've
solid.
got some talent on offense, obviously, and then I don't know about defense. They probably still have Martinez, that really really good cornerback.
Oh,
I,
Gonzalez. Yeah, he's good.
Gonzalez, sorry, yeah, Gonzalez. Oh damn,
Um,
they drafted a Will Campbell, offensive tackle, number 4 overall.
That's right.
Travion Henderson out of Ohio State.
Love that pick for them.
Kyle Williams, who's been making a lot of noise in camp.
Also love Kyle Williams.
Damn, man. This roster is pretty solid, actually. All right.
For true NFL casuals, which is not a bad thing. Don't be degenerates like us. I think Drake May is probably the single biggest like potential for like 0 to 100 in terms of fame, because the Patriots have been so bad lately that he's somehow kind of like under the radar if you're not really paying too much attention. But you're completely right. He is a fucking stud. If it wasn't for Jaden Daniels, like the hype would be so much more for Drake May. So I agree. I'm really excited to watch this team, which is crazy. I really haven't said that about the Patriots like ever. I still have them at 7.5 though, but I think
fucking really.
Is that what you have?
Yeah, I do.
Boxed
I
out.
actually have them over.
I have them under.
Yeah, that makes sense. You would.
I would. I think they'll go 7-10.
Damn, did you know that the Patriots signed Carlton Davis?
I think
He's
I
on
knew
this
that
team.
and then I forgot. They also have Stephon Diggs, which we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
It's one of those chaotic good things.
This team can be good, man. On paper, at least.
FanDuel agrees with us. 7.5.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna fucking lose. I'm telling you, I'm gonna lose today.
You,
It's
more
never
teams.
a good sign for me when we're both nailing these lines. Are you up
Maybe
2?
I'm up by 1. It's 3-2. Don't panic, man. Just keep your head down.
I'm panicking.
Trust the
This isn't.
process.
The process hasn't been good, Eddie. It's hard for me to trust it when it hasn't worked out for me. I'm like the Sixers.
Oh yeah, I actually heard Embiid is like on the brink of retirement. I don't know how true that is.
Good, and the league doesn't need him. Anyways, all right. So we tied with the Patriots. All right, last one, the Dolphins.
Sheesh. All right.
This team could be bad.
I expect them to be bad. That's where I'm at.
Did you see that picture going around about Jalen Waddle gaining like 50 pounds?
What? No, you got to show me this. I did not. What?
I think there's a chance it was AI, but I saw a picture on Reddit.
Oh,
Someone
please
like,
don't be AI. I'm just
yeah,
gonna Google
Google it.
Jalen Waddle fat ass and see what comes up. Oh, Google's trying to correct me. It says Jalen Waddle fantasy. No, that's not what I meant. It's not showing up. You should send it to me if you ever find it.
I'll look for it.
Hilarious.
I'm not confident I can find it right away, but anyways,
okay.
They still have Waddle. They still have Reek. They just they don't have a what's his name? The tight ends, the guy that just went
Johnny
PvP.
Smith. He went to the Steelers.
Oh yeah. Sheesh. Let's see. Let me go pull up the
Tua is
roster
still
right now.
quarterback. They drafted Quinn Ewers.
They signed first round pick was a defensive tackle from Michigan. Bunch of defenders. Right. Oh, they got Quinn Ewers.
They did.
Who, considering Tua's concussion history and how bad Zach Wilson is, I like Quinn Ewers to actually play a few games this year.
Really?
Over Zach Wilson? Yeah, fuck yeah, I do.
Man, I don't know.
They still have the explosive Devon Achane. I mean, that dude's fucking stud.
He might be their best player, and I don't mean that in a good way.
Really? I mean,
he is a stud.
What about the receivers? Like, do you not a fan of these guys?
I think Reek was kind of not bad, but he definitely wasn't nearly as impactful as he's been throughout his career last year. He's also just been like a complete wild card off the field. Remember that he had that incident with the cop.
Mhm.
Uh, and I saw recently Tua was doing like an interview after practice, and he got asked about some of Tyreek's comments at the end of last year because he had Tyreek sent out a tweet. I think it may have been the last week of the season.
Yep.
He was like, "I'm out."
Yep. I remember that.
Clearly, obviously referring to his job, the Dolphins. And Tua was like, "Yeah, that's not the kind of thing where you can just come back and be like, oh my bad." And he basically was like he needs to earn trust back, which is completely reasonable, right? So I mean, I'm glad that they're not like just forgetting about it, I guess. But either way, it's just bad vibes,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I think McDaniel is in a bad spot.
The
So
seat is
basically,
definitely warm.
yeah, I do think HN is a great running back. Of course, I don't think your best player should be your running back, first of all, unless you're like the Niners in 2 years ago. And yeah, I think he's like top five at best. So I'm low on the Dolphins. Although I guess my line doesn't really reflect how low, but I have him 7.5, but I'll go under.
7.5. I have them at 5.5 and over.
Okay. Now's your chance. Oh my god. 8.5.
8.5 wins? Come on.
I don't want to
No
believe
way.
this.
No way.
Do you want me to
There's
share?
just no chance. I
That's a
refuse to
nice.
believe that.
Okay, you're cutting out, but this is a nice one to potentially put some money on. Smash the under.
To go under on them.
Yeah.
They have Minka Fitzpatrick, right, right, right. Oh, they got a cornerback named Storm Duck. I want to bet on that
Storm
guy.
Duck? Are you serious?
Yeah, dead
That's
serious.
amazing.
Right cornerback starting.
Let's go.
Oh,
I love that.
a random question. Who do you think was the leader with receiving touchdowns on the Tennessee Titans last year?
Oh, um, damn. Was it? I guess it's not Calvin Ridley since you're asking me, or else it wouldn't be interesting. Oh, I know who it was. Nick Westbrook Akine, right?
He signed with the Dolphins. He's their third receiver.
That's right. That's right. I
He's
forgot
their
about him.
he's their new red zone target, which they technically didn't really have other than John Smith, who they lost. So yeah, I guess I can see now that I think about it, like on paper, the roster's not bad. It's really the coach kind of having them underperform that's going to hold them back, if anything. So I'm still 8.5 is a little too high, but I can justify a little bit where they're going to get some of these wins. We can also quickly run through their. I'm kind of curious of their schedule. Dolphins.
Yeah, I think the roster is bad. I think we can finally disagree on something. I'm looking at their depth chart now. Bradley Chubb is still playing at defensive end, or I guess linebacker, whatever. Nah,
Okay,
I'm not in on this team.
Dolphins at Colts. Let's go. Loss. 0-1. Then Patriots at Dolphins. Let's go 1-1. Dolphins at Bills. 1-2. Jets at Dolphins. Ooh, that's
Oh
tough.
no!
Two and
Oh
two.
no!
Dolphins at Panthers. Dolphins 3-2.
3-2.
Chargers at Dolphins 3-3. Dolphins at Browns 4-3. They have a weak schedule.
Sneaky
This is
though.
why.
I don't know, man.
Dolphins at Falcons. I could see them losing to them 3-4. Remember,
Yep.
the Falcons are probably going to be the best team in the NFC South. Ravens at Dolphins 3-5. Bills at Dolphins 3-6. Commanders at Dolphins 3-7. Saints at Dolphins 4-7. Dolphins at Jets, second divisional matchup. They're not going to beat them twice in a row. It's so hard. Let's go 4-8. Dolphins at Steelers.
Four
I
and
could see
nine.
them losing that game. 4-8, four and
I
nine.
could see them
Bengals
winning,
at,
but probably losing.
yeah. Bengals at Dolphins, 4-11. Buccaneers at Dolphins. Benefit of the doubt. Let's say they beat the Bucks. 5-11. And then Dolphins at Patriots. Patriots won't beat them twice in a row. Let's give them 5-12. No, 8.5 is insane.
It is
Going through it
crazy.
real quick.
I don't remember what line we freaked out about last week, but this is the one for the AFC. I think it was the Niners.
Was it?
I
I thought it
want to
was the
say
Vikings. We'll have to look back at
maybe
the
it was the
pod.
Vikings. But
It
yeah,
doesn't matter.
8 flat. 7.5 I think would be high. 8.5 is crazy. Okay, I'm maybe gonna put some money on that.
Nice. Okay. The division down. Anything else about the East? This one is this is like you come out of the end of the season and you're like, "Oh, Bills are 13-4. Cool." Not surprised. They got the 2
Yeah,
seed. Great.
I'll be watching
Last division.
minimal games from this division. Let's
Yeah,
move on.
bro. The West. Defending Super Bowl participant Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, and Broncos. Broncos coming off of actually a strong season, starting off kind of weak because of Knicks, but they stuck with him and ended up being pretty solid. Kind of like a Drake May, just wasn't as consistent as May at the end of the season. Who do you want to start with? We might as well go with the Broncos since I'm talking about them.
Yeah,
I'll start with them. Sean Payton has been known to be a QB whisperer of at times. He's had a lot of talent. So I think it's fair to say Sean Payton's still a good coach.
agreed.
They have a Patrick Surtain, arguably one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Their defense generally is looked upon highly favorable defense. Big question marks at running back. There's a guy named Franklin or something, that running back that could be good.
Well, they added
Um,
J.K. Dobbins, who's played pretty
oh
well with the Chargers
yeah,
last year.
that's right.
Yeah, I kind of like that for them. And they drafted R.J. Harvey in the second round.
RJ Hart, that's who it is. Harvey, whom I keep hearing about as a potential good player. Oh, they drafted our boy Baron.
Jade, yeah, best corner in the
Cool.
draft. Thorpe Award winner.
Damn, this defense is going to be solid then. Let's look at
Yeah,
the step
it's
chart.
another stacked defense. I think this is up there with the Texans for me when it comes to defense. Franklin Myers, great off the edge. I forget their linebackers, but I know they have good linebackers.
Bonito,
Elite
Alex
secondary.
Singleton. Oh, they got Dre
Bonito, that's
Greenlaw.
right. That's right. They
Wow.
got Dre. And we both like him. I remember from his time with the
They
Niners.
also got Hufanga. Holy
Yep.
fuck.
They're stacked.
And Barron's going to be their nickel. He's not even going to start.
Right?
Damn.
And Brandon Jones, another Longhorn, who's a good safety in the NFL. Him and Hufanga are their starters in the back end. It's just good, top to bottom.
Fuck. Okay. Well, I wrote my line down, and I'm okay with it, even considering everything we just said. They're still playing in a very tough division. The Chargers are, Jim Harbaugh is a great coach too. The Raiders are a weird X factor. I like Geno Smith. He was just behind
Hmm.
a terrible offensive line.
Okay.
So there's going to be a lot of fireworks in this division. It's going to be fun to watch. KC is not going to run away with this division. I think it's going to be close. I can see this being like the top 3 teams are at 9 or 10 wins, something like that, maybe in around 10. So with that being said, I got the Broncos at 8.5 wins. I'm going over.
Okay. I'm maybe I'm higher on them than you. I generally agree. It's a competitive division. Remember they sent 3 teams last year to the playoffs. I think they're gonna do it again. I think it'll be the same 3. I'm not as high on the Raiders as you, I think. With the Broncos, I have them at 9.5 and I have them over.
Ooh.
Uh, Mostly because their defense, like,
Yeah.
it's just filthy. And then on offense too, like they have one of the best offensive lines in the league, and I
And
think
Sutton
that's
always slept on.
Sutton is a slept on. You're right. I mean, I was kind of shitting on him earlier, but he is a good player, especially with like a short term outlook, he'll be fine as your wide receiver one. Nix, I think, continues to get better.
He finished
Uh,
3 years strong.
yeah, and then the running back ads, they're not like insane on their own. Dobbins, Harvey, but I think together I really like the fit. So
A lot of potential.
yeah, and I got it perfectly. It's 9.5 on FanDuel. I'm
So
too
you're
good
up
at
4-2.
this. You gotta get two of the last three just to tie. If you want to win, you gotta get every single one.
All right, fine.
I think you're
Raiders.
cooked.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Raiders.
All right.
All right. Crosby's healthy, right? So
I believe so, yeah.
you got
I haven't heard
Crosby on your
anything
team.
otherwise.
You have Crosby on your team. That's the other team's got a game plan for that guy, and he's so good as a threat that he's a game changer basically in my eyes.
One of the best players
So
in the league.
and when you have a guy like that on defense, I remember vaguely him being thrown around as an MVP because of how well he was playing last year, and he was kind of carrying them to the record that they had, which wasn't good. Let's see, yeah, 4-13. I think he was being left as like solely responsible for their wins or something like that, and then he got hurt or whatever. Anyways, let's look at their roster real quick. Yeah, they went 4-13 last year.
So they got
Other
Gino
than
now at quarterback.
yeah, what about the rest of their skill players? Their receivers aren't going to be that great, huh?
No, I mean Jacoby Myers is nice, but he's not an alpha, you know.
Oh, they drafted Ginty.
Oh yes, of
How could I
course.
forget that? He's going to be
Sixth
good.
overall. He's gonna be great. I don't think he's gonna propel them to a great season though. But yeah, for fantasy, like, holy shit, draft this guy.
Dude, they got a lot of draft picks. Holy shit. First thing I'm seeing here is how good their
Oh,
rookie
Brock Bowers,
receiver
of
is.
course. Oh,
Oh,
Bowers
Brock
is their wide
Bowers.
receiver one, even though
Yep.
he's tight end. Yeah. Oh, I guess that is decent. As maybe you're right. That's not bad.
It's not bad. And then I keep hearing good things about Trey Tucker and all that crap. Offensive line, I mean, from what I understand, they're still solid. Um,
Alex Kappa, he's pretty good. Jackson Powers Johnson. They got Jeremy
yeah,
Chin
man.
on defense. He was in Washington last year. You're right.
Yep.
It's actually not as bad as I thought. I'll still take a bad outlook on them though, because they're in a tough
Damn.
division.
Jamal Adams is on this team.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Damn. Devin White is on this team. He's not even starting at weak side linebacker, at the will linebacker. It's the former Tampa Bay Super Bowl winner, Tampa Bay Buccaneer. He's on this team. Yeah, yeah.
That's some
Oh,
nice.
seems kind of like a frisky team. Okay. Anyways, and a decent team in a good division. Hard to give them a lot of wins, but I went with 6.5, and I'm actually going over.
I'm 6.5 under.
God,
That's
under?
almost GG's. Yeah,
So stupid. Why do
dude,
you
I'm
do
sorry.
this?
Because it's actually not that hard. Because it's logic, and we both know football. Hey, I think you beat me way more than I beat you last year, so I don't feel that bad. I can't find them though on FanDuel. Where are they? Oh my god, I'm looking for Oakland. What am I doing? Okay, Las Vegas Raiders, 7.5 on FanDuel.
7.5.
Damn, you should
That's
have
kind of high.
believed
It's
your own
kind of high.
hype. It's a little high, but you actually kind of convinced me, especially after looking at the depth chart. It's not a mess the way I thought it was. I am lower on Pete Carroll though. I feel like I've never seen the
Oh, yep.
return to coaching work out, except for Sean Payton. So maybe maybe he's fooled me, but I think
That's actually going to be kind
Carroll's
of fun. I want to see them just for that. Actually, I want to see Pete
yeah.
Carroll on the
Oh yeah,
sidelines.
same division. You're right.
I want him to
We
see
just
this. I want to see him do this, just vigorously chewing on his gum.
I love that.
I want to see
And
him
then
run win sprints with the team at 76 years old, however the fuck.
I want to see him fold his arms and pace like with anxiety dripping from his face as he talks to his coordinator on the mic. Okay.
I want to see him throw routes, throw the ball 10 yards, ducks. Just don't yell at me,
Jax wants to see
Mister.
it too.
All right. So we both tie on that one. All right, Chargers. My last hope. This is my chance at just going polarizing. I think they're going to be better than the Chiefs this year. I believe that much in Jim Harbaugh, and I also kind of like I'm fading the Chiefs a little bit. It's about time they're faded. Uh, I think the Chargers are also just up and coming. I think this is finally the year that Herbert goes up that level and wins a playoff game. And in order to get to
What a
that level in the
statement.
first place, then they got to be better than the Chiefs. I think that's like the first level is win your division. And I can see them finally doing that this year. So before I say anything else, do you have any other thoughts?
I do. I mean, I like the Chargers. Like I said, I think they'll make the playoffs, but I think we disagree on how big of a leap they could make. I feel like Herbert let me down just a little bit,
He
especially
let a lot of people down,
especially
dude.
in the playoffs. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was horrendous.
I
I
remember.
mean, there are like NFL writers, like credible NFL writers, who will tell you with a straight face that he's like a top 2 or 3 quarterback in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And at this time last year, I was willing to hear it, but right now I'm not. I'm just not. If you tell that to me, I'm walking out the door. I'm taking my stuff. I'm locking the door.
Yeah. If somebody tells me that Justin Herbert, they would take Herbert over Jaden Daniels last year, I, then it's hard to take them
Yeah,
seriously because
pat him on the head.
that's what people are basically saying. If they're going to be saying
Hmm.
that he's that good, they're essentially saying he's been playing better than Jaden Daniels, and that's just flat out false.
I feel like with Herbert, sorry, I'm just going to basically talk about him. I feel like with Herbert, I am more willing to subscribe to like the jock, like very, very naive almost thinking that like you need to have like a sort of attitude to have success at the highest level. Like you need to have that dog in you basically. And I don't
Yeah,
think Herbert has shown that. And I hate being like, oh, he's too calm or whatever. Like that sounds so stupid. But then
yeah,
I want to see some emotion, and he's like so
right.
chill. He's too chill.
For what it's worth, dude, I've heard that in practice and stuff, he's a lot more vocal. He just doesn't do that with the media. He's more of a leader with the team within the team.
Yeah.
Uh, also, I'm hearing this from fucking Jim Harbaugh, so like take it with a grain of salt. Who's
Yeah.
obsessed with him, which is always the funniest storyline with this team. In case you didn't know this, audience, Jim Harbaugh loves Herbert, like
He's
as
obsessed
his
with him.
own, like more than his own sons, which is
Yeah.
hilarious. Um, but yeah, I see where you're coming from with Herbert. He just hasn't performed well enough for us to be like, okay, he can finally turn the page. I'm just going benefit of the doubt here, and
Yeah.
you're just going the other way, which is fine. Um, you're wrong, and we'll move on. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think the roster though. What do you
Rosters
think
is
about?
really good.
Yeah, how do you think they surround Herbert? Like, do you like it? Do you think that's a winning formula with what
I
they?
mostly I mostly like it. I have small quips, but like Lad McConkey, he's awesome after last year. Obviously, he's universally approved. He's a great player. They drafted O'Marion Hampton first round, who's a
Mm-hmm,
running back. He was the other running back,
mm-hmm.
not Jency, to go first. I think he's going to be great. I actually think if anything, he's being slept on, especially with Najee right now not practicing because he's hurt. And then their other receivers are like Quentin Johnston, who's had kind of a rough career, but he's still fine, especially if he's your receiver too. They drafted another guy, Trey Harris, in the second round. He's another receiver. I don't, I don't love him or anything, but I mean it's fine. Like I said, I think you got McConkey, so you just need decent depth around him. And then on defense, they were pretty good last year. I think there's room to grow. I
Still
think,
have Khalil Mack. Still have Derwin James.
yeah, I think it's mostly about stopping the run for them. Their pass rush should be fine because they let Puna Ford go across town, who we love. Anyway, I have them at not winning the division. I have them at 9.5,
9.5. Wow. All right.
and I'll probably go over.
Quick note before I say my line. Did you see that photo of Quentin Johnson catching a end zone touchdown?
Oh, I know
And
what you're talking about. Yeah, I
well,
laughed at
basically the
that.
reports, yeah, of QJ are not good. He's been dropping a lot of balls, which has compelled Lad McConkey to basically play safety right behind Quentin in a photo where he's
Oh
going
my
up to catch a
god.
ball like above his head, and then you can see in the photo right behind him. Yeah, you see Lad just waiting, like just in case you drop it, buddy. Like people don't usually do that in the NFL, so not a great sign for Quentin Johnston, he was a first round pick, wasn't he?
He
Like
was a first round pick. Yeah.
it's weird, never a good sign for him. Who who's the receiver for the Ravens that was also a first round pick, and it took him a while to get going?
Was it recent?
He's
Rash-
good now.
Rashad Bateman.
Bateman, right? And it, yeah, I remember a really similar narrative to him
Yeah.
when he was a rookie
Oh
and
yeah.
sophomore. So
I think that's a good
it's
comp
not,
too.
yeah, it's not unheard of to take a sort of a lower trajectory to get to a proficient receiver. But this is technically the year where he would show signs of promise, and the negativity in camp isn't a great start. But
It's all fair.
it's training camp, right? Like I've heard a million things about training camp in the past, and it's hard to base anything off of training camps. You just have to wait to see how the season goes.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought that was a funny picture. Wanted to
It was
share that.
hilarious. Yeah.
So you have 10.5. Did you go over?
I have 9.5 over.
9.5 over. All right. I've got 11.5.
Nah.
Nah. Hey, I got a zag right now, man. I'm
Okay.
hoping
That's
for
fair.
a. All right, I'm going under though.
You ready to hear it?
Fuck, you're smiling. I don't like that.
It's 9.5.
Fuck! You got it exactly? No,
Damn,
you
I'm
got 10
pulling
and a half.
away at the end. No, I had
Damn.
9.5.
You had 9.5? Fuck, my bad.
Yes.
Fuck.
You're playing for
Fuck.
pride now.
I don't have a lot of that, man. It's all gone.
I don't know. I
I
took it
lost
all
all of
from
it
you.
in the NFC betting. Shit. All right.
I'm I'm just resetting your priors so you can get your actual money straight for the season. Okay?
Yeah, you keep me down to earth. I appreciate that.
Okay, we got one team left.
Ah, what a good team to end with, the Chiefs.
Our America's favorite team.
Well, I started and already alluded to it, but I want you start off. What do you think of the Chiefs this year?
Yeah, yeah. I heard your comments earlier, and I could not be on more of a different page with this team.
Wow.
Uh, so we'll start with like the objective stuff. They get Rasheed Rice back, who missed almost all of last year. Remember, he was on like a tear for the first month of the season, and
Oh yeah.
potentially like tearing up into like the upper echelon of receivers potentially, and then he got
Right.
hurt, and then he was done. I don't think he's personally. I don't think Rasheed Rice is ever going to be like in that top tier with like Lamb, Chase, and those guys ever. I think he could be top 10 though. I mean, I think what he showed last year is really promising, obviously. And on top of that, I think the offense as a whole is going to go back to what we were used to seeing in the early Mahomes days. I really do. I think
Okay.
Worthy's going to take a big leap in year two. I think he's going to make several big plays, reminiscent of like a certain Tyreek. I don't think he's going to be quite that level of player necessarily, but like him combined with Rice, I think is just fine to sort of replace him in the aggregate, as they would say in Moneyball.
Okay.
I think the defense is still going to be great. Not much of a drop off. They've been great the last 2 years, so not much to say there. And yeah, I just feel like the whole team. Maybe I'm just a Chiefs homer, which would make me like a villain
You
in
are.
the public's perception. I am, but like, why do people doubt Mahomes? Honestly, you don't have a good reason to. I know he got skunked in the Super Bowl, but like he
Hot
was still
take.
there.
I
Yeah,
think since they drafted Worthy, you've become more of a Chiefs homer.
that's not a hot take. That is completely accurate. Also, I'm a Taylor Swift fan, so the two things combined.
Yeah.
But also,
You're
I
like, yeah,
mean, I
that's
do like.
100% true.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny it, but I like Andy Reid too. Like
Yeah.
for being a villain, he is so likable.
He's a
I can
Hall of Fame
understand
coach.
Mahomes for sure. I'm not like crazy about Mahomes, the guy, but what do you think? Oh, my line is 11 and a half, and I have him over.
Mine is 10 and a half. And then I also have it over. Um, Kelsey is my age. He's 35.
Yeah.
So the way he played last year was such a like he eventually played much better, but it was like the last 3 games of the year. That's when it matters. Sure, I get it. But he was generally kind of lukewarm the whole year. He wasn't really a focal point of the offense at all. So what? Why? Like, why should I count on him? Why should I count on Hollywood Brown, who's always hurt? Rasheed Rice. I just I don't disagree with Rasheed Rice. It's just that the offense, I feel like I think there's a high chance that they're going to go back to that one year where they had everybody hurt and it was just Mahomes running for his life. Like I can see that happening again because they're I I just don't know if they have enough depth at each position to carry them through injuries. So that's my guess is I can see them getting into injury trouble early and not having any. It doesn't look like they have any good draft picks that can kind of make up for it, right?
So their first rounder was something Simmons. I want to say Josh Simmons, left
Josh
tackle
Simmons,
out of
offensive
Ohio State.
tackle. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently he's been looking good so far. I agree that training camp shouldn't be a big deal one way or the other, but I think he's going to be a nice ad for their line. I think their pick from last year, like Jay, I don't know his name. It was a weird name, but he was another offensive lineman from like BYU. I think
Mm.
he'll develop some. So I agree. Like there's some potential for like disaster, I guess, but I'm just not trying to base my evaluations off of injuries necessarily.
Yeah, it's never
But
smart. I agree. Yeah.
but if there was a hiccup, it would be offensive line for sure. That's where they got dominated by the Eagles.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's another aspect, by the way. That now that you bring it up, they lost. So this is a motivated Chiefs team. Remember, this was the team that was like talking about a three-peat.
Yep.
They're gonna walk into this year pretty pissed off that they were that close and lost it to the fucking
Yeah.
Eagles. If I had to guess, they hate them, right? I'd imagine that's like slept on rivalry is the Chiefs and the Eagles now.
I think pissed off is the right description.
Do they play the Eagles this year?
Good question. I don't know.
Oops.
I feel like they don't, but it's a guess.
That's a shame if so.
Oh, they do. Week
Oh, they
two. Oh,
do.
let's go.
The second week of the season.
Hell yeah.
They go into Kansas City.
So that's
Let's
a tough.
go.
That's a tough schedule,
Afternoon
actually.
game. That they're not going to flex that game. That's weird.
That is weird, but they'll give it to Brady and what's his face. I guess that's fine. They open at the Chargers and then they host the Eagles. Not
Fuck.
easy.
This is a rough schedule.
Yep.
Damn. Well, they do play the AFC South, but they play the NFC East,
Hmm.
who's strong.
And then their
So
division is also
it's
strong.
like average above average difficulty.
Yeah,
Their
could be
own
some
their
good
own
games.
division is tough.
I think Worthy goes for over 1,000 yards. I'm saying it right now. Call me a
Man,
homer. I
I would
don't
not
care.
be mad about that. That'd be fun. That'd be cool. I
Okay,
want him to beat the allegations of being just a straight line receiver. I want him to run some like exquisite routes and chop
me
some
too.
people up. That'd be cool to
Yeah,
watch.
for sure. He was awesome in the Super Bowl. By the way, he was the only one who showed up. And I know a lot of people are like,
Yeah.
"Oh, it was all in garbage time," and that's true. Yeah, fine. But like, he got a lot of his yards against the starters. It was still a great defense. So I don't know. I think it was a nice little confidence boost for him. But okay, I
Yeah.
had 11.5. You had 10.5.
10.5.
We both went over. Okay, FanDuel has 11.5. So I'm on fire. This was my game,
Unbelievable.
and you just ran into a buzzsaw, dude. It's not your fault, you know.
How many picks did you get exactly right? And just total. Count them up.
I haven't counted that because a lot of them we also both got right. Remember? But yeah, I guess we can do that. Okay,
No, even if we both got it right, I want to know how many you got
gotcha.
right.
Okay, so
No.
Bengals, I know I didn't.
Go.
I'm working on it. Oh, you're talking to your cat.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, okay, one. I'm counting.
Oh my gosh. I'm on the edge of
Two,
my seat. I feel like you made an inordinate amount of
three.
exact picks, which leads me to believe you cheated.
Oh, okay, dude. I'm at four right now. Five. Maybe I'm just that dude.
You are that dude right now.
Thank you.
Don't get used to it.
Okay, I'm at eight. I can't believe I got the Jets right. I was so sure I was going to short that. I got 10 on the money. Yeah, that's pretty
That's a
hard to
lot.
beat.
That's really good. Fuck. 10 exactly right. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't blame you, but don't hate the player.
I got a few correct, like on the money too, but not that many. That's nothing to scoff at. The only one that I can think of that I was way off on was the one in this conference. It was somebody was 5.5 and I went 8.5. Right? It was really, really high.
Was it the Jets? Because there weren't that many.
Yeah, something like that. It might have been. I have 8.5 here for the Jets. Yeah, it
Okay, then
was. It
yeah.
was the Jets.
And then I had 5.5.
Way too high on them. Fuck. All right, dude. You win. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm putting an asterisk on this, but until for a full investigation is had.
That's fair. Uh, I did not deflate any balls. I did not steal any signs. I promise.
All right, man. Let's get to our corners. This has been a fun pod thus far. I lost, but it was still fun. I'm curious to. I want to hear. Let's go to your corner first, if you'd like.
Yeah,
If it
yeah.
please you.
Let's talk about it. You know what we don't do on this pod enough? Share. Can I share my screen?
No, we don't do that enough. I agree. And now
I'm
that
gonna go
we're
ahead and take that.
go ahead. Now that we're posting on Spotify the video, it's probably smart to share a screen more and do that. We did that a lot earlier in the like the first 3 episodes. We did it a lot, but all
Yeah,
right.
it was mostly you, but yeah. Okay, so this is where I live, Detroit. By the way, fun fact: if you go due south from Detroit, you end up in Canada. Woohoo!
Oh,
So,
what the fuck?
yeah, no, seriously, and don't stop believing when the boy is raised in South Detroit. He's actually just
Wow,
Canadian.
you're so close to Toronto. Wow, I'm learning something right now. I didn't know anything about Detroit geography. Look at that.
I knew it was on the border when I moved here. I didn't know that it was north of Canada. That was like interesting.
That's
But anyway,
weird. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it's cool, right? I live like right there. That's where I live. Anyway,
8 Mile. You live next to 8 Mile?
I do. I live right off of 8 Mile, but it's not what you think. I think the bad parts are like over here, I think. But my neighborhood's pretty awesome.
All right.
Might be a little personal, but whatever. Um, anyway, my corner is kind of about a hobby that me and Jamie have taken up recently. So a few weeks ago, we went to this place here. It's called Belle Isle. It's a park. It's an island right on the border, but it's officially in the United States, obviously. Uh, and there's a lot of stuff here, but we've been mostly going to this beach because they've been offering these yoga classes on the water. You could like it's like $30, and they give you a rented paddleboard, and then you do
Okay.
yoga as a class on the paddleboard,
That sounds
which
really hard.
it's super hard. It's like
Jax
insanely
agrees.
hard. Yeah. Uh, so I only ate shit once, but I was also like really taking my time, not trying to push myself. But there was some people there who were like looking crazy with their maneuvers. I wish I was that talented and balanced. I'm not balanced at all, especially with the waves. Right? It's really good practice for stability.
For sure.
Yeah. So we went back this past weekend, but in between those two classes, we ended up just buying our own paddle boards because we liked it that much, and so we also went out a few weeks ago and just like paddled. So not the yoga class, but just to get on the water. And also, it's like not that busy, which I like. So you can kind of just roam. And I think I'd only been paddleboarding once before this summer. And now I've been a few
Really?
times. Yeah,
Oh, that's
I
shocking,
remember.
actually.
Yeah, I think I went with Hallie, and I ate shit a bunch of times. But yeah, it's really cool. I mean, just being on the water in good weather. It's not 100
$30
degrees
is
every day.
a great deal for paddleboard and
Seriously.
yoga.
Yeah. So that's been real fun, and maybe I'll become actually balanced one day. I don't know, but I definitely enjoy the paddle and the board.
Well, dude, if you keep that up, it can only go up. Because you're right, that's probably great balance training.
Yeah, so that's my corner, new hobby. Also, I think I'm going to cancel my climbing gym membership because I just don't use
Mm.
it enough, and can't have too many hobbies, unfortunately, with this capitalistic world. So I'm choosing paddleboard for now.
Well, now that you mention it, you haven't been showing me clips of you using the climbing gym. So Eddie and I have decided to keep each other accountable and send us Snapchats of us working out and stuff, since we both have our own exercise goals. And now that you mention it, yeah, none of them have been you in the climbing gym.
That's correct.
And
So,
I won't ever get one, it sounds like.
well, I haven't canceled yet. Even when I do cancel, I think I still get a little bit of time. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to maybe no promises, but I'll try to get one for you.
All right. Well, mine is about this big guy.
What's up, Jax? Dude, he's so
For the
handsome.
audience, this is my cat. He had a very eventful week. So last week, actually, I think it was the night that we had our pod recorded.
Oh,
Jax, go ahead. Jax caught a rat. And it
oh,
wasn't just any rat,
nice.
it was a fucking huge rat. It was like,
In your house?
he caught it outside. So we have a dog door, which they both use. My dog and cat both use it. It's one of those extra large ones. It's about trying to use the screen. It's pretty big, and both of them use it whenever they want. But I close it at night for this reason, because if I don't close it at night, I'm worried that Jax is gonna bring in shit he shouldn't. Like earlier during this pod while we were recording, Jax brought in a lizard, and it's been cool because it's an instinct of a cat. You gotta let them do that kind of stuff. It's that fulfillment for them. So I'm not mad about it. Anyways, so he brought in a rat, and it was huge. And I have a photo album to
Dude,
describe this journey.
yes.
So just a second.
I've been wanting one of my cats to catch something, but I don't let them outside like you do, so
Yeah,
it's harder.
it'd be kind of hard to do if that's the case. Okay, I've named this album Ratatouille 2. All right. This
Oh, did
wait,
Fenn get in on the fun?
it's on slideshow mode. Sorry, just a second. I don't want it to do that. There we go. All right, here we go. So that night, this is me recording.
Oh my
Okay,
god,
these are those two just hanging out. All right.
best friends.
Later that night, you see the rat?
I see the tail. Yep,
Enormous. My cat's huge, by the way.
dude,
So
that's
for
like a New York
perspective,
City rat.
it was huge. It was a huge rat. So when it happened, he accidentally lets it go, and I thought he killed it. It was very much alive. It wasn't even injured. So we ended up chasing around that rat, both Jax and I, for like 30 minutes. And we cornered it. We were like, we got you. And Jax just ended up like playing with it. He had no interest in killing the rat. The rat was low key kind of cute because he kept like standing up and doing this little thing, like trying to reach up and touch Jax's mouth. And then Jax, he wasn't doing anything vicious. He was just like putting his paw up in the air and kind of like tapping him. It wasn't even hard. It was just like, hey, buddy. Hey, I like you.
High five.
Yeah. But the rat was scared shitless. So he was still just kind of like
Oh,
hiding in the corners. So, anyways, Jax was never able to catch him again. I mean, it was difficult to catch him in my house because there's a lot of places for him to hide.
yeah, it's a house. Yeah.
Eventually, the rat went the wrong direction. So I had closed all the doors on one side of the house. So he went into a hallway where they were all closed. So I was able to corner him, and I literally threw this bucket on
And you
top
got
of
him,
him, and I got him. I got his ass.
dude. Nice. That's not easy.
He was uninjured, but at this point I was like, fuck, what do I do? I don't know what to do
Right.
with the rat. I have no interest in killing it. So I waited. I let him sleep there. I didn't do anything. I let him sleep there, and then I put a piece of cardboard under it, and then I flipped it over. So now I have a bucket that I can carry the rat in.
Yeah.
Then
That's smart.
I talked to Dylan, and I was like, what should I do? And he suggested I take him somewhere. So I retrofitted that bad boy for travel. Okay.
Oh my gosh. I think I know where
And
this is going.
then the next thing I did is sent I made a packed lunch with what?
Nothing.
You
I got
think
nothing.
packed lunches are funny? No, it's okay. I know exactly what I did. Uh, all right, so I made him a brown bag lunch with some chopped up bread, cut the crust off, some strawberry cream cheese, and cut up apples. I
Some gourmet.
put him in the car, put the bag lunch right next to it, and I took him to this park. I'm gonna fast forward this video to the end,
Don't tell
right
me he
when I
gets
release
swooped
him.
by an eagle.
Be free. Look carefully. Be free. I'm gonna dump you out. Be free.
Oh wow. I saw it. He looked like a rabbit.
This is where I released him. I released him right here in this very nice lake.
Nice.
And that is the story of us catching a rat and letting him go.
You always have
Completely
such
uninjured.
interesting tales. See, I can
I
never live
see
up
what
to
you
something
did.
like that.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. There was a point where I was like, let me put him on my head, see what he does. Throw a hat on. What if he could learn how to cook? Could be useful.
How many times did you think to yourself, I wonder how tasty this rat is?
0, because I thought the opposite. I thought how many diseases does this rat contain
Okay.
right now?
Right. Right.
Has he consumed any of the rat poison I keep outside in the backyard? So I was worried at first that
Apparently
Jax,
not.
ingested something like that, but he didn't. He was fine.
It's a hell
But
of a
I'll tell
snack.
you what, it's a great catch, and it's really boosted his ego because
Yeah, it's an
he's
impressive
been
cat.
giving me gifts every day now. Like every day he comes in, he's like,
Nice.
"Look."
That's what I
Like,
got.
all right, dude, settle down. I know you caught a rat, but you're not that good. Like, come on. Show me you can do it again, and then we'll talk.
You can call him
But
Quentin Johnson.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, that was fun. That was last week, and I recorded the whole thing. So maybe I'll
Nice.
share it on our Spotify link. Little audience members look at the whole album. Maybe I will.
Maybe
Maybe
you
I won't.
will.
I don't know. Anyways, we got to go. It's been long enough. It's been
Yeah.
real as well. Another fun pod. Thank you to everyone listening, and good stuff, Eddie. Well done.
Almost August. Almost there.
Next week, we have Hard Knocks, debuts August 5th.
Mm-hmm.
So we are, you know what that means? We're 38 days, 37 days away from the season opening. We're almost there. Can't wait.
Yeah. Hall of Fame game is in 3 days, believe it or not.
Oh, look at that. That's football. I know it's
Yeah,
Hall
it's
of Fame game,
football.
but it's football. Cool.
All right,
All right.
brother.
Well, looking forward to talking about that, and looking forward to next time we pod. We'll see everybody